So, what's up my peeps? MatrixNative here. Today's video, that's right, another history and build today. A heavily requested one at that. Before we get on with the history today, go ahead and subscribe if you hadn't. It certainly helped the channel out. So with that being said, I give you the DEA FAST team. Enjoy my peeps. So, the United States of America Drug Enforcement Agency Foreign Deployed Advisory and Support Team, basically the DEA FAST team. Well, FAST teams are the enforcement arm of the DEA's drug flow attack strategy, basically the DFAS. FAST teams plan and conduct special enforcement operations, train, mentor, and advise foreign narcotics law enforcement units, collecting evidence and intelligence in support of U.S. and bilateral investigations. In Afghanistan, for instance, FAST operates as part of the DEA's Afghan campaign plan. The initial role of the FAST teams was to work closely with U.S. Special Forces operations, SOF, and Afghan units in order to disrupt the Afghan opium trade, which helps basically fund the fucking Taliban. Since their inception, during the George W. Bush administration, FAST teams have expanded to include deployments to Central American countries, including Haiti, Honduras, the Dominican Republic, Guatemala, Belize, as well as Bolivia. The DEA is believed to have at least 5 FAST squads, each with 10 agents. A typical FAST team comprises of 8 special agents, an intelligence specialist, and a team leader. The FAST section is overseen by a former Navy SEAL. Much of their equipment is supplied by the Pentagon. DEA agents wishing to join the FAST teams must undergo a rigorous selection process before being trained in close quarter combat, basically CQC, close quarter battle, CQB, and other small unit tactics. So the foreign deployed advisory and support teams stand apart from any other SRT SWAT type law enforcement community. The DEA trains and supports only 5 of these elite tactical units as stated. One of these is permanently stationed in the Afghanistan theater of operations to basically conduct CN, counter-narcotics, and CTM, counter-terrorist missions, with the support of a second FAST team that is rotated through. The other teams remain headquartered in Arlington, Virginia, but usually conduct operations throughout the world's most active narcotic production or trafficking region. FAST units provide the immediate tactical responses to emerging threats around the globe. Using training methods reserved for the nation's most elite special operations forces, FAST units can rapidly deploy and bring to bear enormous firepower and tactical skill to eliminate or apprehend narcotic kingpins or terrorist leaders. Although designated as law enforcement officers, FAST team jobs involve using advanced weapons, strategy, and technologies within an open-ended legal framework to remove potential threats to our country. So, interested in becoming a DEA FAST team member? Well, basically, I'll go ahead and break some stuff down to you. First off, FAST team job requires operatives to master all these skills: covert infiltration of hostile zones, long-distance marksmanship, interrogation and intelligence gathering, immediate battlefield decision-making, work seamlessly within a diverse tactical unit, operate communications equipment and vehicles within high-risk situations, and establish intelligence resources within the criminal organization. If that's not enough, basically, the way you become a FAST team member is be a U.S. citizen, bachelor's degree with at least a 2.95 GPA. I always tell you guys that your education is so important and will follow you along. I don't care if it's just a high school education. Those grades are going to come back all during your life. So it's just important to be on your schoolwork. I've said that many times, and this just proves it. Now, to become a FAST team member, you actually need a bachelor's degree. And not only do you have to have a bachelor's degree, you got to have a 2.95 GPA, which is not like that crazy hard, but still, you got to at least have a 4-year degree. I had a buddy that actually had a master's working on his PhD for rocket science, who was actually a member of the FAST team. So don't think for a hot military second that you can be like stupid. You cannot be stupid. You have to be in the top of your class as far as with the 2.95 GPA. I know it's not like a 4.0 or whatever, but you still got to have at least that 4 year. Again, my good buddy, he's basically a rocket scientist, which NASA was trying to recruit him, but he wanted to be a hard, pipe-swinging, pipe-hitting DEA FAST team member, so that's exactly what he did. But just to let you know, you don't got a lot of dummies in the FAST team. You got to have near normal vision and hearing. So near normal, you can wear glasses. However, you can't be, if you lose your glasses, be blind as a bat. That's basically what they're getting at. Peak physical condition is a must. Ability to pass a background security investigation and or a drug test, obviously. Candidates will be evaluated for their oral and written communications, physical conditioning, leadership, and situational decision-making skills through a series of written and oral tests. If hired, recruits must complete an 18-week training program before field assignments. After completing the probationary period, special agents may apply to join the FAST unit. The 8-week selection process has a failure rate of 50% and includes time runs, marches, land nav, and other extreme physical tests on a regular basis. If selected, FAST recruits will receive training through the U.S. Special Operations Command, hello SOCOM. The rigorous training program will include close quarter combat shooting, surveillance detection, small unit tactics, combat life-saving, IED and demolitions ID, counter-threat driving, land warfare, escape and evade methods, convoy operations, and counter-narcotic tactical police operations. That is a mouthful. So I already know what you're asking me, Matrix. Do you really got to be in that good a shape? Yes, you have to be in very good shape as well as very smart. Again, as stated, you need a bachelor's degree. And at least, really, you might as well shoot for a 3.0 GPA. Because the higher GPA, the better chances you've got of not only getting in the DEA, but actually moving forward to the FAST teams. So luckily for you, I made a phone call today and I got the current DEA FAST team PFT. So basically, in 2 minutes, you got to do your max sit-ups, push-ups, pull-ups, a 300-meter sprint, and a 2-mile run. Then you got to put on a 45-pound ruck in full combat gear, holding a 10-pound rubber rifle or a sledgehammer, or maybe both if you're a ragamuffin fucktard, and you got to go on a 12-mile ruck. 6-mile run for time after that. Basically, then you get smoked and you got to do sandbag lifts with an 80-pound sandbag for 10 minutes straight. Got to go on a 3-mile IBA run for time. And finally, a 500-meter basic BDU swim for time, battle dress uniform. So your next question, how much am I going to make? Not that they have to pay me to do this high-speed shit, but how much would I make? And my answer to that is currently, if you're basically a GS7, you're going to make anywhere from $33K to $44K, and it goes up from there. Basically, if you're a GS13, you'll make anywhere from $71K to around $93K. And a lot of people think that, oh, GS means government service number. Not at all. It's basically general schedule. That, when you hear government civilian employees talk about GS, that's what they mean, general schedule. So now you know that it doesn't mean anything to do with government service rank, and that's just not it. It's just a general schedule that's across the board for government employees. So I hope you guys really enjoyed this history and basically what it takes to become a FAST member. Basically, it's called, again, FAST, Foreign Deployed Advisory Support Team. It was basically created, again, by George W. Bush administration to investigate basically the Taliban leaked drug traffickers in Afghanistan. It might not have been called FAST, but we definitely had this type of unit back in the day before George W. Bush. It just came to light during the Bush administration for whatever reason, wink wink. So basically, let me tell you something in closing. Not only do you get to work with other like FAST team members as a federal agent, you also get to work with the nation's best special operators, which to me, that's just who is hell. So with that being said, just remember that you almost get basically the best of both worlds. What I know about the deployment schedule is usually you're on a 24-month deployment, right? That doesn't mean that you're in country the whole time. Say, like your line units in the military, getting deployed 18 to 24 months and staying in country just about that whole time. It's not like that at all. However, you can ask for extension, so you would, after your 2 years, you'd ask for an extension in the FAST team. And if you're a who enough operator, they're going to ask you. So there's nothing to worry about. The thing is, getting that bachelor's degree, getting into that very, I mean, let's look at it this way. There are less FAST team DEA operators than there are any other operators in the SOCOM umbrella, which that's saying some shit, right? So you know these slots are very coveted, and you really got to be on your stick in order to join. I'll put it frankly as the director, the Navy SEAL himself, who is over the DEA FAST teams. You have got to have special skills and equipment to be able to operate effectively and safely in environments that they would rather behead you than share a spotted tea with you. I think that's pretty damn funny and hua. So, with that being said, operators on your feet, grab your gear, snipe the like, snipe the sub, and let's to do. Go ahead, hit that back or select button, double tap the RB, double tap the Y, and here we are. So the head today, I know what you're thinking. Matrix, I can't believe you finally put a beard on a build. Wow, say that 10 times. Yes, indeed I did, my friends. So let's go ahead, hit that lumberjack today. Of course, I'll be wearing the Warhawk, hair color brown, one each, and the facial burn. Of course, all this is optional, but staying with my build, you need to wear the lumberjack today. Let's go. Body details. Today, we're going with the eye black. Nothing too fancy. We're just going to keep it with the eye black and keep it real. Tattoos, of course, right arm Santa Maria, left arm Mi Familia, of course, all that is optional. Clothes, today we're going to be wearing the fleece, but I'm not going to hate you if you want to wear the Cryo Combat. Again, I think they did a horrible job of putting military or law enforcement tops for the Wildlands. They only basically give you two options of blouses. It's either the Cryo Combat or the fleece, and I think that is horrible. Let's get a little, late 80s, mid 90s freaking type of BDU blouse. Yeah, that's what they should have done. Anyways, either one you go with, go ahead and put it in 1034 because I'm not hating you if you actually go with the Cryo Combat because I might switch out to the Cryo Combat during gameplay. It just all depends. But for now, we're going to go ahead and hold it tight with the fleece and put it in the 1034. Vest, of course, you got to do a 3-mile run with an IBA vest, so 4 times, might I add. So why wouldn't we equip it here? That's right. We are going to equip it, and we'll be putting that in the 1334 Sandstone, which I want to show you something about the Sandstone camo here in a minute. So just remember that, and I will too, and we'll just go ahead, IBA 1334. Pants. I believe this is the first time we've ever used the commando pants as well. And what a better time to pull it out.
That's what she said.
And then with the DEA FAST team. So with commando, you're going to go ahead, put it in the 1034 DCU tricolor. I will tell you now that we're on the DCU. I actually have had several requests for a DCU build. So seeing how we're part of the Afghanistan team, we're going to go ahead and equip this bad boy right here, the DCU tricolor. And that way, I'm sort of knocking out 2 birds with 1 stone because this camo obviously fits for Afghanistan. Our troopers obviously wore it years ago. It was our primary camouflage. So go ahead, equip the commando pants. I have other builds coming out with the commando pants. They're in the vault right now just to let you know I really do enjoy these pants. So go ahead, stick those in the 1034 DCU. But where, of course, we're going with the commando, we're going to put those in the 46 Coyote Brown. Ghillie suit, obviously none, unless you're playing the role of a sniper, which, again, I do have a sniper build coming out for you young guns out there. Let's go. Accessories. Today, of course, why wouldn't we? Oakley SI ballistic M frames. That's what the eyewear we're going to be wearing today. I really enjoy this particular type of eyewear. I've worn them. I still actually have a pair in real life. Also like the Oakley SI straight jacket. However, both of these are not my number one eyewear. And I have mentioned it before, I think only once or twice in previous streams and in previous videos, what my actual favorite eyewear are. So if you know the answer to that, go ahead and throw it in the comments. So with that being said, today we're going with the Oakley SI ballistic M frames. Really a great pair of ballistic eyewear. Again, I will be putting them in the 1.6, but this is absolutely optional. Whatever you want to put them in, so be it, but I'm going to stick with the 1.6 matte black gray. Face wear, today we're going with the Shemagh. I really wouldn't hate you if you wanted to go with the DM scarf. However, this is pretty much the first build that we've ever worn a beard on, so why would we cover it up, eh? So if you're going clean shaven, if I was going clean shaven, I'd definitely wear the DM scarf. However, since we're not, we're going to go ahead and go with the Shemagh, because again, if you look at the fleece, they left all that neck exposed. I'm not real crazy about how they did that, right? Really, for the main reason that we don't even have, like, they don't offer the option of a neck camo without putting it on your face, which is kind of absurd. Obviously, if you're wearing a beard and you have that much flesh exposed or skin exposed, you're obviously going to try to cover it up if you're going on mission. However, good old Ubisoft. So today with the beard, we're going to put it in the 1.2 white. If you're going clean shaven, go ahead and put it in the DM scarf, and we're going to be putting that in the 1.2 white. Headwear. Now, another thing for you boys. Now, I would not totally mind if you did wear the Kevlar or the ACH helmet. However, they made this helmet look so unrealistic. I mean, look at the width between the ears and the bottom half of that shell. It is ridiculous how much width they got it in it. And I think that's what gives us more of like a planter feel. It looks like you plant a freaking plant in this thing, and then it just looks like they made a planter, they turned it upside down and put straps on it. So if you want to stay really true to the DEA fast build, you can go ahead and wear this. As the Hawaiian infantryman and I call it, this is like a phase 1 boot. That's what it looks like. And I really do think it's because of the ballistic shield for your ears and the ears itself. It just looks horrible. So with that being said, you can definitely equip this. However, today, one, I don't got it open, and I'm not trying to pay to get that ridiculous looking lid. However, today, what we're going to be doing, obviously, is going with the carbon cut. So, with that being said, go ahead, equip the carbon cut, put it in the coyote brown, my friends. And, yeah, I just think that's really so much better. Like, it just has a better feel. I know you guys know what I'm talking about. That ACH is just garbage. So, let's go. Carbon cut, we'll go ahead and throw that in the 933 coyote brown. Starting to take shape, this uni is. Headsets, today we're going with the earpiece. I'm not hating you if you want to go with headset A, seeing how certain missions, and this actually looks pretty good, so that's two options you can go with. Headset A in the 1.6 or the earpiece in the 1.6. Handwear, of course, why wouldn't we? Oakley Pilots in the 5.5. Rucksacks, today we're going with the standard issue just because, you know, I actually enjoy being an RTO, and what better way to be an RTO than having a freaking radio in your pack. Plus, I like the team comms there of the prep there and how it comes around, and we can just role play that it feeds right into the earpiece. So go ahead, hit the standard issue and put that in the 1333 sandstone. Now, one thing I did want to show you guys, as I told you about the IBA, I want you guys to look at basically the coyote brown. So look at the coyote brown, Roger, and then look at the sandstone. I mean, there's really no difference between the two. Come on, Yubi, get it together, because I think the Sandstone would actually look good with the Sandstone IBA, but for some reason, they're dressing it out so it looks like Coyote Brown. I mean, can you guys really tell the difference? I can't. I mean, maybe a little, but not really. I think they both look like Coyote Brown. So go ahead, throw that in the Sandstone, and we're lucky because it actually does fit this build, but I think it would be better with a lighter shade. I don't know what they were doing or what they're thinking of half the time up in the design office. I mean, come on, the Coyote Brown and the Sandstone. Not much of a difference. But with that being said, go ahead, throw your standard issue in the 1333. Patches, I'm not hating you if you want to throw the United States America flag on there at all. However, today, and if you roll with me, we roll Romeo 9. Let's roll, my peeps. And that, my friends, is the uni today. Hope you guys are enjoying it so far, because I certainly am. Let's get on with the weapons. Weapons today, of course, our primary will be the M4, and I know it seems like, and I've said this 1,000 times, when I really want to do a build and try to make it true, I cannot equip to what they don't carry. So, with that being said, I can't help that the M4A1 is the baddest freaking assault rifle on the planet. I mean, maybe besides like the Galil or the AK, but you know what I'm saying. The M4A1 with the 203 with the 50 round mag is the ultimate weapons platform in my opinion. So with that being said, paint presets. We're going to switch it up today. We're going to go ahead and throw the khaki on it. First time we've ever used that. Part stock, bud stock, go ahead, equip that in the black scope. We're going to go with the digital. Again, I'm not hating you. This is totally optional of what you want to put on the top of your weapon. So I'm going with the digital scope. I'm not hating you if you want to throw the ACOG. Really, any of these are fine. Again, that's personal preference, but I'm telling you they would probably have either the ACOG or the digital scope. And again, whatever you equip, go ahead and put it in the 2.4 black. Now, I gotta say that I wasn't a big fan of the digital. Of course, I never really used the digital on video games, online play. I've really actually never shot through it in real life, believe it or not. However, I do have that planned in about 3 weeks. I might just take some video of it. I don't know. But let's go ahead, keep it with the digital scope, put it in the 2.4 black or whatever you put it in. I say again, go ahead, put it in the 2.4 black. That's funny how it says military use only. Good thing it doesn't say this in towards the enemy. Ha ha, who knows what that's on? Leave it in the comments. This in towards enemy. That is too funny. Okay, so let's go ahead, stick it in the 2.4 black and get on with it. Trigger, of course, we're going full auto semi. Magazine, large cap, why wouldn't we? I mean, 50 rounds is just ungodly. I've said it before. Yes, it probably does. It doesn't really. I mean, 20 extra rounds is not going to weigh you down that much more. So, with that being said, I don't know why I was about to say that. Go ahead, put it in the large cap 50 in the 2.5 black. Under rail, of course, the M203. Why wouldn't we? And put that in the 2.4 black as well. Rail, we're going to go with the rangefinder today. I had a question in the comments from one of the Birmingham boys that asked me why I equipped the rangefinder. It's pretty simple for this build because this is actually kind of going to be our DMR. We're sort of dressing it out as a DMR, and with this rangefinder, 300 to 600 meter shots are absolutely nothing. Yes, you do suffer from handling a little bit, but I think it's well worth it. Sort of, you got to weigh the pros and cons of every mission. And to me, the rangefinder, why would you not equip it? Just, I mean, again, it does affect the handling as you can see, but again, you can't turn off the laser dot. And I got to be honest with you, if you could, I would probably equip them more and more. I mean, I have plenty of BF4 builds that actually have the lasers on them, but you're able to turn them on and off. There you go, Yubi. Appreciate that one too. So go ahead, equip the rangefinder. You're gonna be suffering from handling, but again, on M3 to 600 meters, in case you didn't see what our secondary is, we definitely need to range out a little bit. So go ahead, throw that in the 2.4 black. Barrel, again, we want some DMR action to this M4 assault rifle, so we're gonna go ahead, equip the long barrel, put that in the 2.4 black as well. Stock muzzle, of course, equip that in the black. Suppressor, equip it or put it in the black, but only equip as necessary on the battlefield. Actually, if we were carrying a sidearm that actually had a suppressor, I would go ahead and put the Compensator Victor 2, but you already know your boy's going with the 45, which unfortunately you cannot equip a suppressor in this Digi game. So let's go equip it in the stock muzzle. I'm not hating you if you want to put it in the Compensator Vic 2. If you change out your sidearm, which I always tell you guys, sidearms are pretty much optional in my opinion, because I think that Compensator Vic 2 really does give it a lot more. It helps you on handling and the accuracy, but you never know when you're going to have to go silent. So go ahead and equip that stock muzzle in the 2.4 black. And with that being said, one of the best weapons platform on the planet Earth.
That's what she said.
The M4A1 with the Mic 203. Let's flip and go. Wow, I've almost made it without saying one cuss word, I think. I'm really trying. I don't think it should have hell's bells to do with anything, but you never know. So, shotgun, here we go. We're going to go ahead, edit this bad boy out. Parts, we're going to be putting it in the extended buttstock today. And I'll tell you why. The folded buttstock, I was just like, you know, should we, shouldn't we? But really, there is no question. We're going with the extended buttstock because it looks beefy. The folded buttstock, they have it folded up when you're handling. And, you know, it just doesn't do a whole lot. I think you get a lot more from the extended buttstock with the SPAS 12. And we've been putting that in the 2.4 black. Yes, we are carrying a shotgun today. Let's go. We hardly ever carried a shotgun. So, extended 8 here, we're going to be putting that in the 2.4 black. Barrel, we're going to go ahead, put the short barrel on this bad boy for reasons. Basically, the reasons is when you're clearing a fucking room in CQB, oh, damn, I cussed. Anyway, when you're clearing a flipping room with a shotty, you don't want a long barrel to slow you down or have the enemy grab it. So let's equip that short barrel on the 2.4 black. This thing is deadly, I'm telling you. So muzzle, again, today, forget about the suppressor. We're going to throw that compensator on it. It actually helps us out with handling, accuracy, and damage. We'll be putting that in the 2.4 black. Spaz. How many people remember how OP this was in Call of Duty? By the way, yeah, let me know how the Call of Duty is if you have it and you've been playing it. Let me know in the comments. Appreciate that. All right. So, with that being said, okay, my peeps, so handgun, of course, I'm going with the M1911. This is optional. There's not really one set sidearm that DEA FAST teams. They're a little more, you can actually choose a little more variants of equipment with civilian law enforcement. And again, even though these guys are hua pipe hitters, you've also got to remember they are actually civilian law enforcement. So with that being said, you have more options of what you can carry. So with that being said, go ahead and equip your very favorite handgun. Mine, obviously, if you follow me, you know it's the M1911 Colt Commander. So with that being said, I feel like I'm saying that way too much. Maybe it's something for me compensating, not flipping cussing so much. Yeah, that could be it. Okay, so parts. I must correct myself first off. We are able to equip a suppressor on here. Okay, magazine. We're going to go with 8. And as much as I hate to say it, you might want to go with an extended only because this is going to be our only suppressed weapon. So with that being said, I just can't bring myself to carry the extended because it looks so flippin' retarded in your Threat 3 holster. So with that being said, God, please, Matrix, quit saying that. So let's go ahead, put it in the standard 8 black. Rail, we're going to actually go ahead and put the laser sight on it. Anything to help out a little with the accuracy since this is our only suppressed weapon. We're going to be putting that in the 1-2 black. Barrel, we're going to go with the standard barrel today, 1-2 black. Muzzle. Now, I don't know, I must have had one of the biggest brain farts I've ever had. Why did I not remember that this weapon can actually be equipped with a suppressor? I just don't know why I said it. And I'm not going to go back and re-edit what I've already done on the M4. We'll just go ahead and equip the Vic 2 on our M4. So let's go ahead, make sure your suppressor's in black, stock muzzle black, and equip that. Switch suppressor. What? As needed. That's right. And there you go. My nightstand freaking sidearm right there. That baby stays within arm's reach. Usually about 98% of the time in my life. So, with that being said, oh my God, you guys, we're going to have to make a drinking game of that with that with that being said type scenario, right? Okay, so the rest is optional, of course, my peeps. Now, me, myself, I usually carry the drone medic, but I will switch up and defer from the drone medic if I need to carry a different drone, depending on my team's mission and what my other team members are carrying. Again, only carry 2 of the 6 things down here. I don't really care. You can carry the flare gun as well. It's not really worth a crap, but you definitely can carry the flare gun. I carry the flare gun, the frags, and the diversion lure. Of course, everything else is pretty much locked. I could unlock it if I wanted. There's not been a need to unlock it. So my peeps, I really do hope you enjoyed today's video. As always, go ahead and hit that subscribe and like. It would certainly help me out, help my channel out. This spaz is something else. I hope everybody had an amazing day today. I hope tomorrow's amazing. I hope yesterday was amazing. And you know what to do. Man, talking about some reload time. And you know what to do. Go ahead and snipe the like, snipe the sub, because my peeps, Operator 41, that's how we roll.
Tell me what it means when your faith is falling beneath your knees and you can't breathe. Everything you see reminds you of what you're not or something you won't be. You gotta take what you're given, that's how we live it. Don't be mad at the system, it's simply how we've existed. I hear a lot of people talking like they're politicians. The truth to be an accountant because it's safe and
not bad
business.
handling.
Not because they want to do it, just because they heard it pays. And who the fuck wants to be poor knowing that's how we've been raised? Society is getting heavy, I can feel the weight, the pressure of success. Like 100 million pounds of shame, and that's the reason I'm staying up late, trying to find a way to escape the stereotypes. This day and age is making me feel like the only way I'll be happy is getting signed to a label and making money through rapping. I want to share my emotion because this world is attacking the very principle of life that lets the people be happy. If you don't have a reason to breathe, why even live?